straight. Okay. Let's do this again.
And another one.
And another one.
And another one.
There you go again.
GT.
Again.
ADGT. It's a damn good time. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. My name's Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And I'm Zach Williams.
That's right. On this week's episode, we have Zach Williams in the studio. We are going to taste Busch Light Apple. Woo! Hear the soul of the rage. And then Cody's going to mix us up some Margaritas. Then we're going to shoot the shit and blow your minds. So come along with us for a damn good time.
A little rhyme.
You know what? We fucked it up again.
What? Oh, you forgot your song.
Yeah. Well, let's do it right now.
Hit him with it.
All right. Yep, we fucked that intro up. But guess what? We're going to roll with it. Let's just roll with it. Why do it again? We already did that twice.
It's been a long week.
It's been a week. Let's start off by introducing our guest. We have Zach Williams here in the studio.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, he's excited to do this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He said to me, he's like, I never thought I'd be on a podcast. I don't know if I had anything to talk about. I said, oh, you got plenty to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I told him, I was like, you're a great guy to talk to at parties. You're a great guy to talk to when we're shooting a shit, getting some beers in us and stuff. So you just flow with that. Just flow with that. But
right on.
But let's start off with how do you know us?
Well, Steve, I've known you since we were 5 years old. Our grandmothers lived across the street from each other.
Yep.
And I pretty much became best friends with your older brother and inherited you as a lifelong friend in the process.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we spent the whole childhood playing around with each other, picking on each other, and then mostly us picking on you.
Yeah.
Now you turned into a monster. So
I was the younger brother that was always just tagging along. You know, It's like Scott would always be like, "I'm going over to Zach's. Take your little brother with you," and I'm like, "Yay!" And Scott's like, "Oh."
So I appreciate you never repaying the favor on that stuff.
Well, no, I'll edit this out to paint you like an idiot. And then joke's on you, motherfucker. This revenge is 35 years in the making.
Time to lawyer up. And then Cody, I met through Ty, probably about 5-6 years ago. Spent time out at Atwood. Lots of good times with Cody. Experienced that ever since he had me at the pineapple sushi that he made with the spam.
Oh, the spam
Since
sushi.
then, I've had a wonderful love affair.
Yeah, he's definitely a good. He knows the way to a man's hearts through the stomach.
That's right.
I think we did cross paths before that, but it wasn't like we ever like hung out. Like,
I think I'd met you
anything,
maybe once or twice before that. But
yeah.
that's when we really started
Yeah,
hitting our stride in our relationship.
Dude, I still remember being kids and coming over to your house and like you were phenomenal at Madden. Just playing video games, and it was always Madden. You just whoop our fucking asses, both me and Scott.
Oh, geez.
And I'm just sitting. I was always envious. I'm like, I wish I could get as good as Madden as he is. You know?
Oh, you just were doing more important things. That's all I did.
How much more important things did I have when I was like fucking 6? You know?
No, but the stuff you're supposed to do. Playing with like machine guns.
I was killer
like
at tag, I guess. But no, you probably could have whipped my, because you've always been kind of like a athletic, kind of sportier kid, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, I just remember always getting my ass beaten Madden and all that fun shit.
Not anymore. The tables have turned. You're much more of the gamer than I am these days.
I don't play sports games, though.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah.
I don't play any games. I have an Xbox, and I probably haven't turned it on in like 2 years.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets tough whenever you're able to sit down and play video games.
Right. And the games are so complex now.
Yeah.
That if you're just somebody that enjoys video gaming on a social level where you got maybe an hour or two a week to sit down and zone out for a little bit, these games are too complicated for you to only dedicate that level
Right.
of time. It's not even enjoyable to play when you're playing against people that it's like their full-time job.
Yeah.
You know, so I've just given up on it.
And I think a lot of it too is there's almost a learning curve because when we first started playing, there was only so many buttons, and then you feel like we'd get good at it because we advanced to the next level with more buttons and more buttons and more buttons. But even my kids, they started with all the buttons and they kick my ass and like fucking, especially Fortnite, because I don't understand Fortnite a lot at all.
I've never even played it.
But Henry can beat me in like Call of Duty and shit now. Like it's nuts. It's nuts how much more of an edge they have because they grew up with that many buttons.
Yeah.
You know, and it's almost like my brain stopped working at 6 or something.
Right.
Yeah,
They're
6 buttons.
multitasking on a level that we just can't seem to figure out.
Right.
Get good, chumps.
Yeah, but then you got fucking Cody that's always been amazing at.
It's my
Cody.
It's my thing to do. It's like the stress reliever though for me.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely my pastime. I put way too many hours in it. That's for sure. I could have done a lot of other things. Probably learned about 16 languages by now, but that's fine.
Yeah. You could have taken all that energy into like bettering yourself. But hey,
Yeah,
man,
no.
you're really good at video games. You know? Like-
I'm proud of you,
I would
Cody.
destroy you in a video game.
Excuse me. But yeah, so how's your week been, Cody?
It's busy. A lot of crazy stuff going on at work.
Yeah.
Involving the labor shortages and the transportation and all that. So
Yeah.
in my line of work, it's kind of our bloodline. The transporting of product.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been helping out with that by helping unload trucks and things like that. So taking a little side curve on my job and that, but Steph was at the hospital today.
Oh yeah.
The babies are both over 5 pounds now.
Hell yeah.
They even they do like a super ultrasonic what you call it, like X-ray, whatever.
Yeah.
And the boy's got a whole head of hair on him.
No shit.
And the girl's bald.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they could I mean, technology's probably advanced a lot since I've had kids, but I didn't even know you could see that they have hair and shit.
Yeah.
You got the
Pictures I got are creepy.
Super ultrasound.
Yeah, it's super ultrasound. Like they do like a whole. It's a lot better than if you just go to the normal one. The normal one you can still see stuff, but this one is gets real detail. Like they did a picture of the boy's face, and it's kind of creepy because it's almost like you see the skull more than you see anything around it.
Yeah.
So kind of creepy.
The face meat hasn't
the
filled out
boy's
yet.
yawning. It's oh my god! But
That's not a yawn. That's his warrior scream.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm coming out.
Fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna be the man in the house. He's already challenging you.
Well, literally in 2 weeks, it's gonna be game on any day.
Go time.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Everything's pretty much good.
Yeah.
Zach came over and put carpet in the room for me,
Hell yeah.
which was awesome.
Yep.
It's holding up well, and I got the cribs in yesterday, so I got to
Okay.
put those together this weekend and finish off the room. So
Hell yeah, dude.
I think I'm good after that. I
Yeah.
put some shelves in, and it was some projects, but yeah.
Do you got the go bag set up yet, or you think you're not close enough for that?
Pretty much, we got everything kind of put together in our minds, and it's in a spot. So if I needed to, I could throw it in a bag right now. But yeah, we got to build the bag.
Are you guys doing one of those you have a birthing playlist or something, or are you just rolling?
Birthing playlist? Huh?
Yeah, I've seen on sitcoms and shit where they're like, I need my iPod because it's got my birthing playlist on it. I left it at the house, and
It's usually
somebody's
usually
yeah.
like Rob Zombie and Kid Rock and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, do I need a Gone in 60 Seconds soundtrack so I could just babies, I'm out.
I will say that was one of the most disappointing things about having children is from everything I watched when I was a kid. It's like, oh my God, my wife's in labor. You get in the car, you haul ass, you screech tires, you got the fucking flashers going, everybody gets out of your way, and you're just Gone in 60 seconds or Tokyo drifting that shit, hauling ass, and it's literally I'm having contractions. Well, let's go to the hospital. And you're okay, we're here. It's not that exciting. The car ride is not that exciting. So
Yeah.
So don't look forward to that because
We'll see.
But yeah, no, so I've seen on sitcoms where it's we have our birthing playlist and our birthing plan, and of course nothing goes to plan. But then at the end they hold the baby and everything. Oh, it ended up being fine anyway, you know. So
Ball with the Boss playing in the background.
Yeah.
push ball with the ball, bang, my name is Kid. and then just like
And he comes out.
right.
It's Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. That would be awesome. I'm gonna make a birthing playlist for you guys, and it'll just be Bob with the Bod repeat.
You're just gonna bring your JBL speaker and like put it underneath the door.
Oh, yeah.
My little wireless speaker.
Steph would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be a great like baby gift, you know.
And then of course I'll have like a camcorder too, and like get the fuck out of here. I'm like, oh,
Just make sure you capture the look on her face when like the Ball with the Bob music starts.
Steph, if you're watching, I promise I won't do that.
But yeah, so other than that, I mean, just go time. So how was your week?
Yeah, it's been a hot one.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of heat. Sitting on my forklift, just sweating a bunch. But we did have the boys' birthday party over the weekend. That turned out pretty good. They got all the stuff they wanted and more. I made some fucking awesome tacos too, by the way. I'm not, not to pat my back, pat my own back or toot my own horn, but the food was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, you did a nice like shredded beef instead of like the ground beef, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I believe Mr. Tyler Dutton said it was the best food he's ever had.
Best tacos, dude. That dude ate like 4 pounds of tacos and burritos.
Literally, yeah, literally.
Like, and so we went through 5 pounds of chicken breast and 6 pounds of shredded beef, like nothing.
Wow.
And normally, like we always, me being an ex-chef and shit, like I always over prep. So I thought I had way too much food. And I was even counting on it, like, oh man, I'm gonna have all this shredded
Bunch
beef.
of leftovers.
I'm gonna have tacos for lunch all week, and there was like nothing left over besides rice and corn. Like, so that's like definitely like, hey, I must have done good because it's all gone.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was definitely a good meal. It was a good meal. I enjoyed it.
There's an awesome picture of it because both the kids, we got them switches for their big present, and Henry's face was just like an amazing picture of him just fucking geeking out, like. Like
I saw that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll post it up here if I remember to do that. So
They were definitely super excited about the switches
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah, they're fucking spoiled. But hey, that's you want them to be more spoiled than you were. I mean, that's the whole goal, I guess. So I think we're doing it right. But how about you, Zach? How was your week been?
Weekend was good. Had a wedding on Saturday. Had a good time at that. Weddings are always a fun time. And Sunday spent the day out on the lake. Didn't see either of you, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Got a lot of fun in.
Yeah.
Been crazy at work ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just grinding.
Yep.
I was just thinking, what did I do on Sunday? Oh yeah,
And my house is a disaster right now. It's getting painted on the outside. I'm having people paint it, and it's a really bright, flat white shade right now. It looks pretty awful, and there's tape all over all the windows. Definitely looks like I'm preparing for the haunted house decorations a little early.
Getting in that fall spirit.
Yeah,
Just leave it like that till after Halloween, and then actually,
I'm hoping it doesnn't take that long. We'll see.
Well, that's hard to paint though, because your house is like that old.
It's like a split face block, so it's porous.
Yeah.
So they had to put we had to pressure wash it first, and then apply a coat of sealer to it.
Yeah.
Before we can even put the first coat of paint.
And that's the hardest part about painting anything is a prep work. Like,
Yeah, it is.
I've done some bullshit painting cars or even spray painting like wheels or something, make them look cool. The prep work is the most important because if not, you're just going to do it again.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're just going to do it again, and then you have twice as much work because you have to strip off what you did before just to redo it. So, yeah, that sounds fun. Painting is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's good too. It probably hits the pocketbook a little harder.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but it doesn't hurt the back as much. So
yeah, but it gives me more time to focus on things that make money. You know what I mean? So
that's
it
right.
evens out in the end.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? So.
And then throwing back to that wedding, I was thinking to myself earlier, I was listening to some throwback music today at work, and I was like, man, why don't we have like remember back in high school, every like fall, you always had a dance or you had prom and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like there needs to be something like that for adults, and it is weddings, but you only have so many friends that get married so many times. Like we need to come out with like a spring formal, you know, just like a reason to get dressed up and go dancing, dude. Like
if you get wealthy enough and you move into a rich enough closed off community, they have that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's always fundraisers.
You'll be one of the neighbors at on the E True Hollywood TV shows about the where they have like a prom ceremony for like 50-year-old married people.
Yeah,
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Or maybe we should just all collectively come together if we ever get enough followers and make money off of this thing, and we just throw like a dance party every quarter or some shit. A damn good dance party. Like this is our spring formal.
You can invite all your friends and have it be the annual A Damn Good Time awards ceremony, where you just give out awards to all your friends based off of things that you think about them,
or based off of the guests. Like, oh, this is our funniest guest.
Yeah,
like it'd be like the Dundies off of The Office.
That's what I was just about to say. The Dundies.
The Dundies. You get the award because your video got the most views. Like the most popular award goes to blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. It's like, fuck, man. Remember how cool it was? Like, we're going to the dance. You have a date? I don't know. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us have dates now, but
we do
have serious
permanent
dates.
ones.
Yeah. But it always seemed fun to like. And then I'd want to do it to where it's like the throwback music, you know, where like. Oh, the one
80s,
that came,
like 80s and 90s music.
Or the one that came up today was like, step back, you're dancing kind of close. I feel a little poke coming through from you. Like, just listen to stupid jams like that. And like,
just reminds me of so much teenage insecurity.
right. It reminds me of standing against the wall thinking like, I should go dance with that girl. I don't know. I can't
exactly.
do that. But now we have somebody to dance with. Like, all right, like let's go tear it up.
That's right.
And now we got the motivation of alcohol as well. So
yeah, that's true. We weren't drinking back then.
Never was.
Nope.
Well, at least like not in like the 8th and 9th. I went to senior prom fucking hammered, dude. I puked under a table at senior prom.
I think I usually held off the drinking until after the prom. I wasn't drinking beforehand. I was still somewhat of a good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My senior prom, I wasn't.
Same when I was driving as well. So like when you're 16, 17, you know, you're kind of like, probably shouldn't, you know, drink and drive my Grandpa's sweet Honda Civic. No, Accord, sorry. That was the best car I could get.
Dude, I took my senior prom. I took the 97 Astrovan Sport that my parents had, the silver one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're familiar with that van. Yeah.
That thing had some balls.
Yeah, it actually for an Astrovan, that V6 and a sport, whatever the fucking sport package was that made it a little faster.
Yeah,
that thing would smoke tires too, dude. Like,
trust me, Scott would do that on a regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably did it less than him, but he was good at tearing up vehicles though.
He was just a vehicle mauling machine.
Yeah, he was always like, "Let me show you what I can do." like. He was always trying to be a show off with him, that's for sure. And I mean, I did flex like that, but probably not as much as he did.
Yeah, he was into the racing.
Yeah,
you know, and the car modifications and stuff like that. I never had enough money to get into that stuff.
I remember that Saturn SC2 that he had, that gold one. And whenever he went to basic, I got to drive it around, and it was like lowered.
It was super low.
Yeah. I think he had. I can't remember if he had the 15 in it or if I slapped the 15 in it whenever I had it. And I think it was his. And then it just fucking rocked, and I bought it off of him to put in my next car. But like, that thing slammed, dude.
That thing would rattle your whole head.
Yeah, for sure.
Like 15 in that little car because the trunk was just part of it, right?
Right.
So, it was like a hatchback kind of.
Yeah.
It didn't really look like a hatchback, but technically it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing would.
But I still got that shit going on in my little Civic right now.
Yeah.
I got a fucking 15 that just shakes it apart. I don't know. I like deep bass sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not big into the bass, but I do. You know, like my truck. It could use like a speaker upgrade. It would be good to just tear out all the speakers and just replace them with new.
You still running stock in it?
Yeah.
And
it just sucks. Like I could turn it up all the way and still yell over top of it.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, man. Hey, figure out what you want, buy it, and I can help you put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those ones inside the door and the dash will be the challenging ones. So,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my biggest thing too is like a lot of the dash, or even like my Civic that have the tweeters, and I didn't upgrade those. Those are still stock. And some of the dash ones, like I kept, but like the main, like the big ones, the bigger door ones, I upgraded all those.
Yeah,
and then you get like the higher highs out of it and good mids. Like, it's nice and clear.
Did you go through all your settings and double check that there's not a? Because I had this on my car that I bought. I bought it and didn't realize I turned the stereo up a little bit, but I didn't try it because I had a guy riding around with me. And then I'm like, man, this stereo should be way louder than this. And I had to go back in the settings, and in there, it must have been it was an older person that owned it before me. And they turned it, like they enabled this thing, or maybe it's stock enabled, but it like kills your volume way down, so you cannot turn it up very loud at all.
No.
And I turned that off, and then all of a sudden it was, because they had like an upgraded system, or not system, but upgraded stereo in mind from the base model.
It could even be something where parents could like enable it for their kids so that the kids aren't running around not hearing what's going, they're not going to be distracted by loud music. It's
something
like a parental control.
It might be, but I think my speakers just suck. That's what it is.
Yeah, stock speakers, like they're far ahead now than what they used to be, but they're still not as good as like if you upgrade with the aftermarket.
Yeah.
So
they're just worn out.
So we say you want to try some Busch Light Apple real quick here.
Let's have a little Busch Light Apple
Let's
there, boys.
That's what I came to do.
Get at her.
I know I brought these out for display, but they should still be cold. They haven't been sitting out for a while.
We actually had these at the diaper party.
Yeah.
Thanks to the boys from Michigan brought them down.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Because they were like unable. We were unable to get them around here. Like as soon as they put them on the shelves, we bought out. And now I'm seeing cases of them everywhere. But
yeah, well, that's shout out to, I don't think he even watches, but this dude Eric that I work with. He was even saying that he knows people that work with distribution, and it said like, yeah, it's kind of limited right now, but it's going to be their premier fall beer, so you're going to see it more. So that's why like they had stacks of it at Bueller's, and I've heard like people were like, yeah, I've seen so many at this drive-through, so they're supposed to be better out now, but like for the last 3 months, whenever I've been hearing about it, I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
And even everybody's like, you should try this beer on your podcast because it's really good. I'm like, I can't fucking find it. But we found it, and I've already tried it before, but we're going to try it again.
Okay, I almost expected it to come out red for some reason.
Yeah, or at least a little more amber.
That looks like
good
old Busch Light right there.
Yeah, it looks like an actual beer.
Good old Busch Light right there.
Definitely not a cider.
I poured mine with a heavy head.
What are you doing?
Like a fucking amateur.
Amateur hour.
I remember my first pour.
The heavy head pours the beer.
Right off the rip, I'm going to say it's good. I mean...
And then we briefly mentioned it, but those listening and not watching, it is just regular beer colored. Like I almost figured it to be a little more amber or... like you said, like red because it's apple or some shit.
I don't know why. It's my brain. I thought it was going to come out red. Probably the can's red. My brain is melted this week, but
yeah, it looks like a regular beer.
Right, I mean, it's good flavor. It's kind of Jolly Rancher apple flavor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's the green, green Jolly
green
Rancher
apple.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good in between from like your Red's Apple Ale or like or an Angry Orchard.
Yeah,
to closer to a beer than that. So it's still a beer, but it's got a little bit of that. It's got that apple flavor.
Yeah,
so.
It's less of a cider, more of a light beer, but even the apple flavor isn't overpoweringly sweet. It is a little more sour.
Yep.
And I like the more sour than sweet stuff anyway.
Yep, I could definitely drink more than one of these.
Yeah,
before I would get like all tart mouth the way I do if I ever have like a couple of ciders.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 6-pack of Angry Orchard, you want to switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heartburn.
And even up to 6, you probably won't even make it to 6 before you're like, I just want a regular beer.
Right.
And I don't know if I'm going to sit there and even drink 6 of these, but I could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not something I would be like, I'm getting a 30-pack, which is these 100.
Yeah, that's the only thing I saw him selling. It's 30.
And this is all I'm drinking all night. I don't know about that, but yeah.
Or maybe
I could have was the only thing around.
Maybe it'll give you the motivation to have a glass of water every once in a while, like you kind of should. But we always skip the water whenever we're drinking.
unless I force it upon you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a plan that goes awry very quick in the night.
Yeah, it's easier to follow whenever it's hot and like summer and you're out on a lake on a boat and you're sweating your face off. So it's like, I need water. But fall coming up, whenever you're sitting by a fire and it's cold outside, you don't think like, I'm dehydrated. Because you're not sweating. No. The sun's not baking on you. Like, so I'm just going to drink nothing but beer. And you forget to hydrate, and you need to.
Yeah.
That's the key to not have as bad of hangovers is hydrate a little bit.
Yep.
Get that water in.
It makes sense, yeah.
Maybe you can get some electrolytes. Have some Gatorade,
Hey, this is a good fall alternative to most of like the fall seasonal beers, which are like darker pumpkin-y type flavors.
Yeah. You know what I want to do with this?
What's that?
I want to braise some pork in it.
Ooh, you know what I think would be good in it too? Drop a shot of Fireball in it.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, I wish we had some Fireball right now.
You little schoolgirl. So my rating system, I'll give it out of a 1 out of 10. I'm going to say a solid 7.
Solid 7.
I think that's a decent apple beer right there. So
yeah.
For that category of apple beer, actually, for being an apple beer, I'd probably bump it to an 8.
There you go.
If we're just categorizing apple beers, that's a solid 8 right there.
8 out of 10 from the Codester.
Yeah, that's a score.
That's what
right
I would say that too. Yeah. I think an 8 is the rightful evaluation for this Busch Light apple version.
And I'm gonna go with thumbs up.
Thumbs up. You guys grade on different scales.
We do.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, mine's a 42.
A 42 out of.
You don't know. That's for me, not you.
It's 42 pubic hairs.
And that's kind of been the running joke of the podcast is like we started out with thumbs and then Cody decided to switch to numbers. I've stuck with thumbs. And then once we've got the third person on, we've rated it different. And the third person's like, whatever your scale is. So everybody's been like, oh, I got a G out of what? Like, I don't know, Z? Or however. Yeah. And yours is like, you don't know the top scale.
It's just a 42. It's too small to fly.
It's definitely a respectable score, though, I'll tell you.
There is a goddamn fly flying around here. Mm-hmm. I hope, hey, if it shows up on camera, that's our mascot, Flippy the Fly.
Flippy the Fly.
Flippy the Fly. But yeah, dude, this is
apple beer.
Awesome beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could probably smash it. Yeah. I mean,
I've done it already.
Yeah.
It helped me deal with a very crowded Mohican River.
Oh, yeah.
On Saturday afternoon. Yeah.
Just, was it annoyingly crowded, like a bunch of belligerent people, or was it just like a bunch of just people in your way?
All of the above.
Yeah.
It was people in the way. You couldn't move. I mean, and the Mohican's a good time, and it's not like, adventurous by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fun because you can drink and you can raft, you can kayak, whatever you want to do. It's a social thing, but so there's always a pretty significant amount of people there, but sometimes on holiday weekends, you're just all log jammed. Like you're up against other rafts and other tubes the entire way down the river.
And all of a sudden somebody bumps into your back.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Stop it. And it's just a mass of humanity floating down the river.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds annoying as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't even really like doing that whenever I'm standing on solid ground, but to think like, oh, I'm gonna, because there's no way to escape.
No, you're just gonna do that for the next 3 or 4 hours.
Right. At least with people, you can thread the needle and get out of there if you want to. Like, but in a raft, like you're just playing bumper cars the whole time.
And what happens is people fall in the lake. Eventually, they bump into somebody and they fall over. And now you have like the biggest like public humiliation situation in the world, because like you'll see some like 48-year-old lady just tip over in her kayak, and like the whole crowd's like, ah!
Look at this piece of shit.
Yeah, the lady's husband's like, Linda, come on. It's just a totally embarrassing moment that you can't help but just laugh to.
Oh my god! And I can imagine if it's like a raft or a canoe, them trying to get back on.
Oh yeah,
this probably has way more comedic value than them just falling in.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The drunker people get down the river, the more commonly you start seeing it.
Yeah. Just flipping over and everybody laughing at them.
Yep.
Just play a drinking game out of it. Like, oh, there's one. Bong a beer.
Might as well.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds like a fun time now. I kind of want to do it.
We should try it sometime.
Even with all the... fuck, that still seems weird with all the congestion. I'd be still so worried. Like, is that person going to drown?
It's not going a holiday weekend. You'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
You'll probably be pretty spread
Most
out.
weekends, if you get there earlier too. You know, you get there like 10 o'clock instead of 1 o'clock. And on Saturday, it'll be a lot less crowded.
Gotcha.
There's like kids on the side squirting with squirt guns and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like,
people with like ghillie suits underwater that are hiding in like in the muck, and then as kayaks go by, they like jump out and try to scare you with like an alligator sleeve on.
So it is just like a big party river then.
It's
huh?
a really big party river. It's a fun time. If
I
you've
don't
never
think-
been, you should definitely.
I've never
try
been
it.
on Mohican,
No,
but I've done the NTR here on the Tusk, and it's not that. Like everything's spread out and shit. And
Yeah, this is a big party. People drive from like Cleveland to go there.
no shit.
It's crazy. I don't know
How
why.
far is it from here?
Good solid hour and 15.
Oh,
hour and a
okay.
half.
So you need like a stay overnight plan then.
No, we've always driven, but it's like an hour. It's like out past Millersburg. It's like it's in like Loudonville.
You just need to find one person that's not going to get sloshed.
Right,
And then,
right.
like,
Because it's too far to not have a plan for sure.
right.
You know, but I don't think it's far enough. Plus, there's nothing else out there to do, so you don't want to stay the night out there.
I gotcha. Do they have campgrounds though? Like if you
you
if
can
you
go
want to do
camping.
the camp thing?
Yeah,
then?
that's actually
Okay.
something you could do.
Take a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
There's that fucking fly, motherfucker. Get out of my shop.
camp it up. I'm sure there's probably some cabin rentals around there too. You know, maybe go to a cabin with a hot
Yeah.
tub and just have a chill night.
Oh yeah, chill in a tub.
The lady and I are actually going down to New River Gorge tomorrow.
Yeah.
Spending the weekend out in the West Virginia mountains and going whitewater rafting.
Oh,
No
okay.
shit.
Yeah. So,
That sounds fun.
yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I fucking hate West Virginia though.
Yeah. We were thinking about like just.
But I mean, like going there for a destination like whitewater raft, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. But like, I spent time in weird spots of West Virginia, just working through the oil field and shit. And it's
Yeah.
like, God damn it, another fucking mountain that I got to crisscross around. I swear they didn't build the roads right. They just, because the cows, that's how their cows go through pastures, because it's all on hills. You see them go through fucking hairpin turns and crisscross. So they're like, well, the cows do it. That's how we make our roads. And it's like, I've never been on a 5-mile stretch where I'm going north, south, east, west, fucking 5,000 feet in the air down to like sea level, all in 5 miles. Like, it's nuts. It's stupid. And I fucking hate West Virginia. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure any place with elevation, they do that.
Yeah, but still.
I've been in Arizona and you got to like to get on top of like going from Sedona to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Like there's like one spot where you just literally.
I guess my beef is that I had to do it like every goddamn day.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And then from the hotel to the site, and then from the site back to the hotel, the same fucking road, like 27 days straight. It gets annoying as shit.
You know what I love is the GPS, because you look down and you just see a blob. Because
Yeah.
it all just blobs together. It's like,
Right.
I remember when we were in Arizona driving up and I was running nav, and I was like, I don't know what's coming up, but you might want to take it easy. And it was literally just like for like 2 miles straight up.
Yeah, but driving that shit every day sucks.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy driving in West Virginia.
No. But I do think that I'm excited also to see like the new River Gorge. Have you guys ever driven past it before? Sure, you probably have.
Maybe. What
it's-
part of West Virginia is that in?
It's like it's right where 64 east, like to go to Richmond or Virginia Beach, and 77 intersect. So it's after, if you're coming down 77, you'll pass through Charleston, and it's probably like another hour past Charleston on. But I think you'll pass the New River Gorge right on 77.
Gotcha.
And it's a monstrous gorge that you can see off to the side, and people stop and take pictures and stuff like that. And
Oh, shit.
over the
okay.
course of the last like 10, 15 years, they turned it into like a big national park. So now they do whitewater rafting tours, and they have all kinds of resorts in the mountains and stuff.
What kind of rapids we talking about here?
There are some Class 5 there,
Really?
but we're not doing that. We're gonna do like a beginner level trip first and see get one under us before we decide we're freaking Bear Grylls. We're not Bear Grylls yet.
Are you spending the whole weekend down there?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're
we'll
planning on doing a couple raft trips then?
It's possible.
Yeah.
We only scheduled one, but But we're gonna do some hiking, and it's a cool place that we went to. It's called Adventures on the Gorge, and it's like it's not a hotel. They only do cabins, but all the cabins on are on like one property, and they have a restaurant or maybe 2 restaurants, like a bar that stays open where they have live music playing, and they have a swimming pool, and so like it's almost like staying at a little resort in West Virginia in the mountains. But instead of a hotel, it's like a bunch of cabins.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
I'd go to West Virginia for that.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
But like, there's something in the back of my mind that when I hear West Virginia, I'm like, fuck that place.
Yeah. Well,
but I haven't been to a resort.
I mean, on the plus side too is like you can go hang out by the pool and nobody's gonna hit on your girlfriend unless her brother's there. Because,
So WestVirginia.org is not sponsoring us now. Yeah, they're .org too.
I'm fine with that. I am comfortably fine with that.
From West Virginia, watch
if we just burn a sponsor because I'm shit talking West Virginia, then I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I think you've already made it
lost
clear
50 of our followers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure I don't even know if any of the guys that I work with that I'm friends with on Facebook that are from West Virginia even listen to the podcast. But if you are, I'm sorry to shit on your state. I still love you. I just hate your fucking state. Sorry, bro.
They could listen. They could hear this 8 years from now.
Yeah, that's true too. And they were like, "Fuck you, Steve."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, man. I hate your roads. Sorry.
Watch, Henry's gonna like fall in love with a woman who has a whole family from West Virginia,
and
they're gonna dive into your family when Henry starts dating their daughter.
They're living the fucking sticks. Like, come down and hang out with us. It's like, okay, I guess. But
Steve, we were going to give you half of our inheritance, but now we know you hate West Virginia, so you get nothing.
And the inheritance will be land in West Virginia. I'm like, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Leave it to the Yeti. They can have it.
Yeah. You guys like it. You're used to it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Fine, you keep it. So Cody was nice enough to mix us up a batch of margaritas.
So we didn't do it on air because obviously there's a blender, and these are half frozen margaritas because they sat for a little bit, but that's fine.
One thing you don't see is we break every once in a while. So
yeah. We got to take a break. All right. There's a lot of peeing.
A long show.
There's a lot of peeing going on this show. Yeah. So obviously you can just get your store bought wonderful Chi-Chi's margarita mix and mix it with what we got? Jose Silver, which is a good tequila. Jose Cuervo, never go wrong there. Gold or silver. Like you guys were saying earlier, I believe before the show that you prefer the silver.
Yep.
I can get along with that.
Yep.
The gold just has more of, I think, like
because it's aged.
It's aged, yeah. So you get that little more bite of that.
More tequila flavor.
So traditional margarita, though, obviously is just lemon and lime juice mixed with some simple syrup,
or you can sub triple sec.
Well, yeah, you need a splash of triple sec in there too.
Yeah,
and then your tequila.
Yep,
that's it. Simple, easy. Everybody should know how to make a margarita. If you
and
don't,
and honestly, with that mix that we're using right now, that already has alcohol in it.
Oh shit, we just doubled down. Then
that's what we do around here.
Whoop.
So if you really want to get a good margarita, you get the margarita mix that's already has alcohol in it. And yeah, if you wanna go normal, just mix that with ice and you're good.
Right.
But if you like to party, put another couple shots of tequila in there.
Yeah, which we're mixing it with ice. We're mixing it with water essentially.
Yeah.
Which I will tell you this right now. And if there's any people out there that like to do 2 or 3 ice cubes and then mix a drink, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. I think we've touched this on the show before with mixing cocktails.
I'm going to do it again. Ice is the key point of a drink.
Yeah,
ice makes the drink. It makes the drink.
You know how Cody is about his ice.
Ice it down. If you don't have a lot of ice, okay, whatever. But ice it down.
Or even shake it with ice and then strain it out then,
Yeah, I mean, now if you get a high baller whiskey, like that's why they make those stones and stuff like that, so you can chill it and you don't dilute it. If you're paying a lot for a liquor and you're drinking it neat, straight.
Yeah. I'll do whiskeys. If you're doing straight whiskey, I'd go neat, room temp. Like, we want to taste it.
Yeah.
The ice, cooling it down will dumb down a lot of the flavor, will dumb down a lot of the burn. But if you're like a whiskey connoisseur, then you're probably going to be drinking it neat. Or a Scotch person, you're probably going to be drinking it neat.
Yeah.
If you're Michael Scott, you're going to mix some Splenda in there.
Yeah.
You know?
What? Oh yeah. It's like, who's Michael? Oh yeah.
The one episode, he's like, I got this Scotch from Lee Iacocca, and then Michael goes to drink. He's like, you got some Splenda or some ice for this, and everybody's looking at me like a fucking asshole.
But yeah, this is pretty much a traditional margarita, frozen, half frozen.
Yeah,
I just basically put ice chunks in it. I don't know. I haven't used a blender in a while, so I'm out of the game. But
it's delicious.
It tastes good. I think actually the alcohol in the margarita mix is making it even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so by the end of this, we'll have some
And then one thing I like to add is I always did the salt rim where you dip it in like simple syrup or water.
Mm-hmm.
But Sarah turned me onto this when we did the kids' birthday parties. Rub a lime around it.
Oh, yeah.
Get the lime juice on there and then get the salt to stick to that so you get a little more of that tart lime flavor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I remember at one point in time I had lime salt.
Ooh.
So it was like a lime infused salt, and then you did your rimmer in that. So then you got that easy. So far, we've done really simple cocktails. We will kick it up a notch eventually here, but we're just seeing how that plays out. So
yeah. And then one thing I will say that I hate about frozen margaritas, normally I like them on the rocks instead of frozen, is that I can't control myself with frozen drinks, and I always get brain freeze. I got a lightweight brain freeze going on right now because I'm drinking a lot of ice with it. So I usually, like, if I'm going to, like, your local Mexican restaurant, like we've got El San Jose's, like Tilaki Paki and shit, I get one of them fishbowl margarita bitches, and then it's always on ice. It's always on ice and not frozen, not blended. So I get less of a brain freeze because I chug my drinks. It's my nature.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm a man of fluids. No matter what's in front of me. And I always need fluids. I always need a lot of fluids, like water, pop, like anything. It goes down way too fast, and then I want another drink in front of me. Like,
me too. I love consuming fluids.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like
one of my favorites.
I'm a chugger, dude. I'm a chugger all the way.
I always have like 2 giant bottles of water when I start my day in my work day in my car, and literally in 2 hours they're both gone. I'd already drank like quarter gallon of water or half gallon of water, and like I'm like, I gotta stop and pee. I'm gonna get some more water, and then I just keep drinking water, and like,
I have no problem hitting that gallon a day for sure.
Yeah, it's just one of the things I've always done is just drank a lot of fluids.
Yeah, we're water champs.
Yeah, I think when we were kids, my mom used to buy 6 gallons of milk to keep up with me and my brothers, because we would just drink milk like crazy people.
I was a crazy milk drinker till recently. I found out I started getting lactose intolerant, but even up into my adulthood, like I could kill a half a gallon of milk a day just because I loved it.
Yeah.
But now it gives me the rumblies and my tumblies. So
I don't drink milk at all. It's not because I have any issue with it, but I've just my ex-wife was lactose intolerant, so we never bought milk, and I just went so long without drinking milk that I have no desire to drink milk now. I like the alternatives, and I just really don't eat a lot of dairy other than like cheese on a sandwich.
Yeah.
So I bet I would be I bet if I drank a big glass of milk, it'd probably mess with my stomach now.
Because you haven't had it in so long.
Yeah. If I ever get, like, every once in a while, like maybe once a year, I'll go get a milkshake, and I'll have like a stomach ache.
Yeah. Especially because you're like, I want that large motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. That once a year. It's like a milkshake. It's like the large peanut butter milkshake from Dairy Queen. It comes out. It looks like a 2-liter.
Yeah.
I
never understood why, like, they have smalls, especially on, like, even Sundays or Blizzards. Like, who the fuck gets a small blizzard? You got to get the big boy.
It's just...
Get the big boy. Go hard or go home, right?
It's metaphoric for life. If you get a small blizzard in life...
You obviously aren't shooting for the stars.
Selling yourself short.
Yeah. You want to rate these? I mean, they're kind of standard.
We kind of made it, so we don't need to rate what we made.
Yeah.
It's a good margarita, that's all I'll say.
It's a good mix, good tequila. Obviously, margs are awesome. Everybody loves them. I give it 2 thumbs, you know.
Yeah, I'm just glad, like, that mix isn't too overly sour mix.
Yes.
Like, some of those sour mixes you get, like,
Yeah.
you go to a restaurant, you order a margarita on the rocks, and the sour mix is too much. Like, it's like instant heartburn.
Super heartburn, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 62. Maybe 63.
Okay.
63.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So it's better than the apple beer.
Yep. I would say so.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm
By like good 4 points. At least.
All right, I'm gonna do the math on that. I'm gonna figure out your system now. I got you now.
Good luck.
I think it's a Dewey Decimal System.
The Dewey Decimal System.
I'm not going to rate it. I'm just gonna say it's good.
Okay.
I made it.
Cody
so,
likes it.
you know, I can't.
10.
Give it a 10.
It's a 10 because I made it. No, I wouldn't say that because I didn't make the mix. All I did is put tequila and that mix in the blender and blend it
Right.
up with ice. So
You're so honest.
I will say the whole reason I bought that blender is because on the box it said party blender.
you know, I always have party blender.
Yeah, because I saw like a Ninja and I'm like, oh, it's a Ninja. But then I saw this one and it was like Oster party blender. I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. I want to party. So
We used to have a battery operated blender, so I went to like
Yeah.
tailgates and stuff. You
Yeah.
can mix up some fresh frozen drinks.
I remember being on the lake and seeing that. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it's like a personal little.
I've seen that.
Oh,
Battery
not that.
operated.
Yeah, there's that one that my wife has now, but I used to have one that was a full size blender
Ooh.
that you could do a whole party in, but it didn't have enough power, so it was like that you were drinking crushed ice, and
I gotcha.
but it was still good because like if you go to
You're drinking like a Sonic slushy then.
yeah,
I hate bad tools.
yeah,
I actually just
True story.
like touchdown spiked shop vac into a dumpster 2 days ago because the thing just doesn't work that well
Because
anymore.
it was a piece of shit.
Nothing makes me more angry than a tool
Yeah.
that doesn't work.
Yeah, sometimes with tools you got to spend the extra $1. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I can get this shop back for $20, but then you
Yep.
should buy the one for $70.
Especially if you're gonna start using it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And that's what I had. I had like an $80 shop vac from Walmart, and I splurged and got like a nice one from Home Depot. That was more along the almost $200 range. So
more industrial because you know you're gonna
Yeah.
use it a lot.
and more mobile. You know,
Yeah.
like it has wheels on it that don't fall off.
yeah, that's always good. That's always amazing.
Pretty cool,
right?
huh? And
Isn't it always like so? You get like
it's like higher
halfway.
horsepower. It's a nice one.
You get halfway through. Like I've tried to fudge some jobs before, like working on cars or
Mhm.
like doing stuff in the house.
Mhm.
Where you get halfway through the job and you get so frustrated because you're not using the right tool or you
Yeah.
have a cheap tool.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden you're like, I'm done. Tomorrow I'm going to buy the right tool. Then I'm
Yeah.
going to come back at it. You get the right tool and you're like, this is so easy. Why? I had the right tool the whole time.
This is
easy.
2021. This is not 1976.
yeah, right.
You know,
Like-
there's 10 million tools out there that make
Yeah.
everything that you ever want to do 10 times easier.
100%.
And if you have the right tools, everything is so much easier.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm tackling this project, and I don't know what like most of the time I get into something, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm going to tackle this project. Right
Yeah.
now. I'm going to jump into it.
This is mine.
I'll
I'm gonna make
figure
this
it
my
out.
bitch.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, make sure you got this tool. And I'm like, I don't have that tool, but I can see what it does. I can figure that out. And then I get halfway in the job. I'm like,
You can't.
I
figure
think
it
I
out.
need that tool.
Yeah.
I think I need that tool.
You know, what I'm lacking is that tool that they say I need. I can't figure it out.
Yeah. And when they're like, make sure you have this tool, I'm like, yeah, you probably do need it.
Oops, a daisy.
Some of them you do.
I fudged through some jobs and got some stuff done
Yeah.
without it, but
Oftentimes you can get it done without those tools, but
Yeah, sometimes
life's a
you-
lot harder.
You can jerry rig some
It takes
shit
you-
and figure it out. You know,
a good tool will save you probably on average like 11.5 motherfucks.
right? right.
Yeah, we got a new system
Now
now.
it's swearing as much. Like this is nice instead of fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But
I wish you'd been rating on the motherfucker scale the whole time.
yeah, this drink is like 4 motherfuckers.
I kind of like that system.
We're switching up the drink rating system next week again.
Motherfucks.
Motherfucks. All right, let's talk about some things that I
You got
found
some
on
hot
the
topics?
internet. Hot topics. Actually, I'm going to start off by making fun of me first,
Okay.
and then I'm going to make fun of you second.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. So this is one thing. that ever since I was a kid, I had cousins, female cousins that did the baton twirling shit, right? And I remember when I was a kid, I thought that in order to become a ninja, I had to learn how to twirl a baton. So like there was batons at my grandparents' house because the cousins were there, and I always learned how to I started playing with them, like trying to twist them around on my fingers and shit. And I told my parents, like, I want to go out like as a baton twirler. I want to be on the color guard or whatever the fuck they're called, right? I wanted to be a baton twirler whenever I was a kid because I thought that was the first step to becoming a ninja.
I'm trying to remember. I think we talked about this in the podcast.
Did we?
Before. I'm pretty sure.
Did I already make fun of myself for this?
But
let's reiterate again.
I don't know because you we have a lot of conversations together. And I can't diffuse, but I think we did. But anyways,
if not,
hey man, that's cool.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of male. Well, now it's 2021. Back then it wasn't. So it was frowned upon back then for sure. But now,
but you were trying to elevate yourself.
The guy that leads the Ohio State marching band onto the field.
Yeah, he's got
the baton.
He's a baton twirling son of gun right there, man. That guy throws that thing like 500 feet in the air.
That could have been him.
Yeah, all you need to do is be the best in the world. There's a job for you.
If it wasn't for gender roles back then, I could have been the band leader for Ohio State. You know.
Well, I think there was probably men back then too.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
We were so far back.
It depends on how you define man.
Yeah.
It was a man.
But I don't know.
I mean, your baton was just a step into learning the bow staff, right? So learning. Yeah, to fling a baton around would actually
know
help
how to do that. Ninjas know how to do it with sticks
and a lot of different weapons in the ninja world. So
I feel like the trajectory or whatever it's called, the trajectory, the trajectory of for the career path of a male baton twirler rarely ends up at in the ninja world.
right. But in my mind, that's what it took when I was a kid.
I think they usually go a different direction.
Yeah.
But if he would have started that as a kid but had the goal focus of becoming a ninja.
And then I take karate classes when we start using bow staff, I would have been a fucking badass.
Yeah, your twirling skills, then you would have came out like, or even I think like a butterfly knife. Like there's some singular motions in there. Nunchucks. You know, you got to use your fingers and nunchucks. I don't know. There's a lot of twirling in nunchucks, but yeah, sure.
You literally twirl a nunchuck.
Yeah, but
not like
a baton is fingers, where a nunchuck is just close. Well, maybe I don't know.
It requires the same skill, but for some reason, nunchucks are viewed upon as way more masculine than a baton. So when you're using a baton, it's called twirling.
Than a baton in your high school color guard.
But you don't call it twirling the nunchucks.
Well,
right.
Exactly. It's just nunchucking. He's just nunchucking everywhere.
Yeah.
He's just out there nunchucking away.
Just busted your head with the nunchucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
how.
Hit
yourself in the crotch. You're gonna hit yourself in the head, and you're gonna bust your own knuckles 1,000 times if you try nunchucks.
So now I want to make fun of you.
Hit me with it.
Actually, I think it was at the boys' birthday party. You were talking about some home renovations shit you were doing.
Nope, sure wasn't.
And you were talking about how you were using the caulk, like a caulking gun. Mm. How did you pronounce that word? Because
there's certain words I just can't say, Steve. Okay,
but it was funny the way you said it, and it stood out in my mind so much that I wanted to talk about it.
Caulk.
You were like caulk.
Coke.
I used the caulking gun and we caulked around the thing. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? You know, caulk. Like, caulk? All
right, if you want to is there certain words that just do not process and come out of my mouth, right? Squirrel is one of them. Oh, I just said it perfectly, actually.
You just did say it perfectly.
Oh, no. It's not squirrel. Sorry. It's squirrel.
Skirl?
No. Like a rolled up piece of paper.
Scroll.
Squirrel. I cannot say squirrel.
I could even accept
squirrel.
Some of the people that turn it into two syllables where they're like squirrel.
I cannot say squirrel.
And you can't say caulk.
Caulk.
Cock.
Squirrel.
It's caulking. So you're like, I have a caulking gun.
There's something in the back of my throat when I try to say squirrel. A squirrel. My C's do not come out hard.
Yeah. So you said it perfectly the first time.
No, I said squirrel perfectly. I did not say squirrel. I have to try hard to say a squirrel.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm saying squirrel, not squirrel.
The funniest thing the other day, I saw a squirrel using caulk.
No, squirrel is fine. I can say squirrel fine. I cannot say a squirrel. A wrapped up piece of paper, old parchment.
I thought you were saying...
I sealed my scroll with caulk.
I thought you were saying that
I
you were saying squirrel like scroll.
With caulk. Oh, I think I actually said it good there.
A scroll.
A scroll.
There you go.
Scroll.
Oh, see, it takes me like 15 tries before I'm not saying... It almost sounds like I'm saying squirrel, but I'm trying to say scroll. And now I'm getting it, and I don't know how. I just cleared it out of my head. So there we go. Boom. I'm done.
Boom.
What's up?
All right.
Cock.
Next.
Balls.
But yeah, no. There's a few words, and I don't know what it is that get mumble jumble.
Or like a wash versus warsh, or crick versus creek.
People say wash.
Some people say toilet.
Or wait.
When people say I just washed my clothes, I get a little twinge in my neck. I'm like, what?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Ewins?
I think you're a milk, not a milk.
Milk.
Okay, you say it right. I thought somebody we know says milk.
I don't know.
And that milk. No, you drink milk.
Also, after I spent 3 months in Australia, I came back with like a little bit of an accent, and it was only 3 months. And
good day, mate.
I don't know how you start picking things up like that, but I like the people I'm around. I pick stuff up off from really fast, and then I just adapt to it. And it's like, and I came back and I had it all right, but go, mate.
Yeah. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast before, but since I moved around a lot, I always picked up a lot of people's accents and a lot of the way that people talk. So much so that now, like, even in the oil field, I'd hang out with other people from different parts of the country, and the more I hang out with them, the more I start talking like them. Like I like mimic them. I'm like a chameleon because I'm trying to. Because I was so used to moving to different spots and like adapting, so I didn't sound like an asshole. Like I still say soda now because whenever I was in Pennsylvania, I got made fun of for calling it pop. I was like, "Hey, let's go get a pop," and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, a pop, like a Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola, and they're like, "It's soda." So now I'm so because I got made fun of for saying pop.
Well,
so now anytime
first
I say
off,
pop,
you got made fun of because you're around a bunch of oil field guys, and you're like, "Hey, let's go get a pop, guys."
No. This was the pop thing was middle school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying. No, I thought you were saying now. Sorry.
But no, like shit. Like in the oil field, it wasn't cement; it's cement.
Cement. That's a southern thing.
Yeah. Like when you guys done cementing, they're like, oh, no, we'll be done with cement in the next 6 hours. I'm like, okay, cool. Like just different shit like that. But it you got to be a product of environment you pick up just to fit in, kind of thing. Like you do it subconsciously. You don't even really think about it. Yeah,
different strokes for different folks.
Different strokes. Speaking of different strokes, that's a great segue into this next thing that I learned on the internet this week.
Okay.
OnlyFans. Are you familiar?
Yes.
I've heard of it.
Concept
I know what the concept is. I've never dabbled in it.
Right, me neither. Have you ever subscribed to any OnlyFans?
I've never subscribed to anybody, but I'm currently hovering plus or minus like 10,000 subscribers on mine.
Hell yeah. Big dick.
So then you're familiar with the fact that earlier this week, OnlyFans came out and they said that they were going to ban all pornographic material.
I heard that.
Which to me, like, I thought that's that whole platform, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Their literal whole platform is, I'm going to show myself pornographically and you're going to pay me money for it.
Yeah.
And they came out and said that they were going to stop all pornographic material. And like, that's why are you, if you're an Apple stan, why are you going to get rid of the apples?
There must have been a court case involved.
I don't know. Like, I saw a funny meme. It was like, my theory is the CEO's daughter started an OnlyFans.
And she was nailing it out there. She was probably making more money than him.
But then, like, it's become like the biggest flip-flop ever because within the last 4 days, they now came out and said, like, okay, maybe we won't ban pornographic material, but we might move into that slowly. But it's like, I was literally getting ready, like, man, how much money do I have? How do I build a website? Let's be the next OnlyFans because there's a goddamn killing in it.
Right.
They make so much money, and even the people that are the like the content providers, they make so much money doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane to just cut cut that part of your platform off? It'd be like if we started making money on this podcast and we're like, you know what, we're going to stop doing the podcast, but we're still going to have our, our Facebook page and hopefully people will like that. You know, like but then it became like the biggest flip flop ever, like because it took like 4 days for them to be like, okay, maybe we won't do that.
Yeah, that's probably
what else is anybody going to pay for?
I don't know. Like, what other content's on OnlyFans? Like, if anybody,
now you just got to pay. Now you have a YouTube website that you have to pay for subscriptions.
YouTube, or you got like a Twitch where you're gaming, or there's people that do just chatting on Twitch and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
like you might as well just go into that. You're trying to play with the big boys because Amazon owns Twitch. And YouTube is YouTube. It's massive. Right. Like, you're not going to mess around with that.
OnlyFans is not going to compete with those.
You got yourself a name because...
The only reason they are competing with them right now is because they show nudity.
Right.
But you X out nudity, like, then you are just another YouTube. You are just another Twitch. You are just a person. And hopefully the people that have it are personality-wise enough that they can have content where people will still subscribe, which they probably do not.
Here's the thing.
No.
Maybe Twitter or one of these, bait those.
Yeah.
Somebody was looking at buying them out, but like saying, hey, if you can make this clean and make it still work, we'll buy you out.
See, there's no amount of money that you could buy them out without still having pornographic material. That is that platform.
It's not worth anything anymore without it.
It'd be like YouPorn saying, or Pornhub saying, like, we're going to get out of porn.
And then we're going to sell our business.
We're going to be Video Hub.
Yeah.
No,
it would flop 100% because you're literally are catering to one certain thing, and that's pornography.
So what I honestly, I think you were onto something there, but I would steer it the other direction where maybe some of those big businesses like Amazon, Twitch, YouTube came in and tried to legally get them out of the business.
Yeah,
because they weren't going to do that, and they didn't want somebody else taking that spot.
It's probably a hot topic on Twitter too, because like Twitter is like nonstop. Like I get fake tweets from girls, like especially our podcast page gets a lot of them. It's like, hey, check out
click
like
my link.
Fake messages,
and it's always like a link to an OnlyFans or like some other bullshit. Like I don't click on them because I know it's fucking spam.
We're loyal husbands for one, and two.
And honestly,
if you send anybody a link and that person's dumb enough to click on that link, you got them.
I'm gonna be 100% completely honest with you. There's enough free content out there that why
would you pay?
Right. I mean, unless
even
like,
if you're a pervert, like why would you pay?
And I could get it, like
guys,
I get it. There are people out there that they don't have loving wives or girlfriends or significant others
or friends,
or maybe even friends. Not to shit on. Well, I don't want to shit on anybody that does subscribe to OnlyFans. I could see some people like, I like this particular person. I want to see this particular person in situations that I give them such amount of money that they give me a video back, and maybe they say your name in it, or maybe they make you like a personal message. I think that's what a lot of OnlyFans is you can subscribe to them.
Probably, I would assume.
Say like, hey, here's $100. Do this and say my name. I don't know.
Pokey and turn yourself around.
You can get a personal message back by paying for it. I think. I don't know. I have no idea how that platform works.
Obviously don't understand it. We are three.
We're normal people.
Normal.
But I've heard on podcasts of certain people that they're like, oh, I like this certain porn star, so I joined her OnlyFans. I subscribed to her, so I get explicit content from her, and if I pay more, I can get like a personal message from them.
Yeah, or you got a lot of disposable income, or one or two. Like really.
Yeah, and that was
Is that?
It was a famous person on the podcast that said that.
I mean, that's. It's not a form. To me, that's a little form of cheating in a way, because you would like to bang this porn star because you are already doing things.
Some people
you're already jerking off to her, so like, I think that's kind of a form of cheating. If you're like, hey, I'm also going to pay you $1,000 right now.
Yeah,
some people don't view some relationships out there
to get on camera.
More progressive relationships that exist out there that don't
or
view that as
ones,
cheating.
Yeah.
But I don't. I mean, I'm not I'm not down with it. I wouldn't view it.
No.
I don't think that I'm good to do that. Being a boyfuyboyfriend, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
to
like,
just go
like
subscribe to other women's porn
me,
sites, basically.
Yeah, me doing my thing, getting free content, doing my thing, doesn't feel like cheating to me. But if I start paying a woman for me to do my thing, that feels like cheating to me.
Agreed.
You know,
better off if you went to the strip club and threw $100 around and
Yeah.
then came back home. You know.
Yeah,
Smell of stripper and glitter.
Even a strip club doesn't seem
That's bad.
as cheating
Yeah.
to me.
As sending
But because then
someone your money.
I'm not doing the deed at a strip club, you know. But then I'm at home doing the deed to.
What do you mean doing the deed? I'm
jerking off. I'm trying to be PC a little bit. Okay, I'll just come on. I'm not jerking off at strip clubs, but if I'm paying somebody on OnlyFans, I'm probably going to be jerking off. But I'm not. That seems cheating to me. But throwing ones at a stripper doesn't seem like cheating to me. Yeah. You know,
getting a lap dance doesn't seem as bad as like I'm gonna jerk off to this image of this girl that's. I give her $100 just a personalized video going, oh, Steve. Well, she does whatever, and then or it's a live feed, you know.
Yeah, that too.
I think that the reason why it's successful and that it exists is because
there's a lot of lonely sons of bitches
out
there.
I think it takes a certain level of unhappiness with whatever you as a person has presently going on in your life.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It also secondarily takes like maybe as a secondary result of that, like a certain level of perversion, like because that's like what it is people. I think this is my own personal theory, but like people like the voyeurism aspect of it. Yeah, it's like they would rather watch. They want to watch, and they want to have the control. Like I paid you money, and now you give me a shout out, or you do what I want you to do, or whatever. And you say my name, and like people like that.
Because there's
stupid, weird. It takes some, but how do you arrive at the place where that's something that interests you?
Because there's even a lot of that in like your Twitch streaming platforms and those where you subscribe to the user, you pay them money so that you can put your comment out, and then they read it while they're live.
Right.
And that's not even pornographic.
No.
But they still, they still pay because it's more of a personal message. Where as if you go to any of the free sites, you don't get that personal message, and it's people starving for attention is what it is.
Yep.
And it's a lot of it's probably incels. I don't know if you're familiar with involuntary celibates, like people that just can't get laid. Like they're celibate, but it's not. I didn't know
that it had been identified to such a level that we have like a shortened word for it.
There's a whole world out there called incels. They're involuntary celibates. They can't get laid, but a lot of it has to deal with their personality and the fact that they've been kind of sheltered, living in the basement, being on the internet their entire lives, to where they don't know how to go out and actually personally reach people, like
kick the tires,
right? Yeah, go out,
tires like the fires, baby. Let's
go out and approach somebody and talk to them and be a good personality,
break the ice.
Yeah, exactly. So instead, they spend their entire lives on the internet, and that's their outlet. Like I don't understand it.
Sex dolls and video games.
Yeah. Hey, sex doll is probably cheaper than a real woman.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
True story. I don't know. You see some of these robots that are coming out with that? I don't know.
Maybe wait till they get a little more advanced, and
all right. Okay, let's dove deep into weird. We going down a spiral there, boys.
I got a funny one. Let's move on. I got a funny thing.
Yeah, we should probably get out of that hole. We went deep in a rabbit hole right there.
I remember this thing being a big trend whenever I was. Well, it wasn't really like a trend internet wise because the internet wasn't as big. But have you ever seen the milk crate challenge?
I just started catching some of this stuff on the internet, like
where
in the
you
past,
build
like, few
a
days.
set of stairs out of milk crates. The highest one I've seen is 7 milk crates tall. So you go 1, 2, 3. This level's 1, 2.
Shit.
Yeah,
that's all I see is people just busting.
I've seen people try it in live at restaurants, and I've never seen it on the internet. But now this is coming back around, and don't do it because the only way it ends up, I've never seen anybody complete it.
Everybody biffs.
Yeah,
hard.
I've seen them get to the top 7 tier, and then you have to go back down and like get on the top, and they're like wiggling, and then just fucking fall. And the worst part is even if you miss the milk crates, you're still 7 feet in the air and you hit the ground hard. But 9 times out of 10, you fall on these jaggedy, fucking hard plastic corners right in your fucking back.
How do you not break a rib?
Oh my God, I don't understand it.
Oh no, you break a rib, or you're bruised at least.
For sure, dude.
The ones I've seen were just painful.
You're fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I will say, most of
I'd rather eat a Tide Pod than do that.
Yeah, right. I'd get on board for the Tide Pod challenge. I'd rather eat one of those than ever try to go up a goddamn flight of stairs of fucking milk crates.
Now I say most of them I saw, everybody got hurt. But then I watched one where this dude was rolling a blunt while he walked up it the whole time. Walked up it, got to the top, stood on the top, like wiggling. Started walking down, got down, finished his blunt. No, I don't know. It was pretty good.
Whatever happened to easy ones like the ice bucket challenge?
Yeah.
Like you dump a cold bucket of water over your head. Woo! Look at me, I'm someone important.
I mean, the only thing I could say it could have been staged is they glued the middle row together like that. Yeah. That would at least help a little bit of stability, but it doesn't look like.
Oh my God!
It doesn't look like you could easily do that. So,
you guys want to watch it and explain to our viewers what we're looking at?
Sure.
I don't know if we can play the audio over, but
I don't think we need to watch. Do we need to watch it?
I kind of want to see it.
Go ahead, watch it. Yeah. This guy rolls a blunt the whole way up, and then finishes it. Does not fall.
Fuck this ad.
We're gonna have commercials now.
Yeah. Because some lad Bible.
I think we don't worry about it. Just post it up after the vid.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll share it to our Facebook all that shit.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, it's obviously this guy walking up the damn crates and he's rolling a blunt the whole time. Like he's just got magic balance.
Oh, there he goes.
Because really, what it takes is a person with good balance.
Yeah.
Like you have to be like good at balancing.
Let me kill this audio just in case. He's all the way on top, dude.
Yeah. It might not be a 7 stack, but it's pretty high.
Yeah. That's insane, dude. Yeah. We won't watch the video and explain it to you, but we'll watch it in the background when we talk about other things. One other talking point I want to talk about. Have you ever seen the meme about McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're always broken. I think they just shut them off, but
no. I found out that the reason it is they contracted a certain company to provide all the ice cream machines for all of McDonald's everywhere, right?
Makes sense, yeah.
And then that company charged them out the ass for service charges. And they learned that. So and then somebody came out, one of their employees finally, because they probably paid people high up, they found out how to fix it, but in their contract, they weren't allowed to do it themselves. So they cut them off with the service charges, and then they renegotiated a contract, and apparently they just won a lawsuit saying that they are allowed to fix their own shit. So hopefully McDonald's will be able to fix their own ice cream machines. I always thought it was dumb. I'm like, it's a dumb meme, but I don't get ice cream from McDonald's very much, but apparently it's been real. And
it's very popular, Yeah. Like, oh, your kids are like, we want ice cream, go to the dairy bar. And they're like, I don't want to go to the dairy bar because there's always a line at the dairy bar. Let's just go through McDonald's. We'll get them a little ice cream cone real quick. Bam, bam. You're in and out, right?
Yeah. But like their McFlurries hit it, like all kinds of shit.
Yeah, they've been cold on the ice cream campaign. They used to be real hard on the ice cream campaign.
Yep.
McDonald's got ice cream. We got ice cream. Boom, McFlurries. Blah blah blah.
And that's why they shut it down, because that company had them contract bound, and they charged them out the ass.
Lock it up.
They had that fucking goal, and I don't blame them. I would have done the goddamn same thing.
100%. Be like, yeah, it's a normal contract here, in the very back page in fine writing. If we have to come out for any service charges, $500 plus our time, or if the time was probably $90,000 an hour.
Yeah, too. Or if we find out that we go to service your machine, we find out that somebody else has been working on it, you owe us a lot of fucking money. There's just like a lot of cell phones and electronics and shit.
Man, that guy was smart.
You lose your warranty if somebody else works on it, type shit. So
yeah, that guy's 100% smart. That guy, whoever owns that company, is probably like, yeah, we got you, McDonald's. I'm going to give you this really, really good deal on ice cream.
I got you now.
We're going to provide you machines. We're going to provide you with the ice cream. I'm going to give you this bottom rock dime deal. And they probably didn't read it. They're like, they were probably so starstruck with the deal. And somebody lost their job off of this, by the way. Some higher up lost their job. Like, I got the best ice cream deal we can get. Look at this. It's beautiful. They're going to charge us $35 for a whole machine of ice cream in the machine. And like, they're going to give us the machines for free. Yeah. And like, we don't even have to do anything. Worldwide for our machines, we don't have to do anything. And they're like,
this article I'm reading right now.
Everything's going to break, and then we're going to fix it for $10,000.
This article I'm reading right now is there are 13,000 machines worldwide that are manufactured by the Taylor Company, and they cost them $18,000 each. So they didn't even hook them up with a free machine and then the service charge. $18,000 for that ice cream machine that is in McDonald's.
Wait, how many machines are there?
13,000 worldwide.
That's not very many.
But still,
$18,000 a pop.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, compared to how many McDonald's there are, is what I'm
but
saying.
they are like
that's true.
It says it's a digital and they're complex and blah blah blah. And a lot of the reason that it break down is because of software issues, and that was the fix. Was somebody figured out a patch within the McDonald's, but Taylor's like, no, you can't do that. We have to send our
you can't touch.
We have to send our technician out to do that.
Sure, I can understand.
But they just won like a big part of that lawsuit. So hopefully McDonald's just have good running ice cream machines and it'll be a thing of the past.
It's only 13,000 stores. It's not very many for McDonald's, to be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't ordered ice cream at McDonald's in such a long time that I was completely unaware of this issue.
I don't think I've ever ordered.
I haven't, but it's a meme. I've seen it all over the internet.
I probably ate ice cream from McDonald's, but I don't think I've ever ordered ice cream. I was like, give me a soft serve.
Right.
Maybe when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Right.
If I want to say ice cream from anywhere, it's Frosties from
man,
all day.
And those things are always up and running.
Yeah,
Junior bacon cheeseburgers and Frosties, man.
The old JBC.
Give me 3 junior bacons and a Frosty when I was in high school, enjoying some of the Mary Jane time.
I always did. You gotta get an order of fries and dip them in your Frosty too. That salty sweet combo is always fucking money, dude.
Just smashed a couple.
I gotta take a leak.
Bacon cheeseburgers.
That's hey man, that's cool. Actually, I think we're about done here.
Yeah, actually, Zach, put your headset back on real quick.
You got that out, right?
Yeah. We'll leave it in. It's not that big of a deal.
But anyways, we definitely went long enough.
Yeah. So,
Steve, did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time.
Zach, did you have a damn good time?
I had a very damn good time.
All right, well, thank you for coming on the show, Zach.
Cody, did you have a damn good time?
Zach's got a piece so bad. You're holding him up so much. I had a damn good time. Let's send her out, boys.
Take this chance to click like and subscribe, all that shit. We'll post it up here. Zach, do you want to promote like your Facebook or Twitter or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
What the dance? As I missed at the beginning, we get another at the end.
Follow us. Do all that shit. Let's cheers her out, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Catch you next week.